You are about to experience the result of hard work and dedication from the City of Champions, Cleveland's own, 90th's finest. Self-made, hard-working entrepreneurs, unequivocally raw, no holds barred. This is Epiphany Media.
Yo.
This is Epiphany Media.
It is. Welcome back to another episode. Another great show. Before we get started, as always, we want to remind you guys that we got a 5K coming up in June 25th. That you are more than welcome to sign up for right now. It's a mental health benefit, a mental health awareness benefit here in Northeast Ohio. If you are not in Northeast Ohio, feel free to sign up anyway, virtually, and be a virtual runner. We have somebody sign up this week that as a virtual runner, and we'll be sure to get her out her stuff as we get closer to the race. But at any time, go sign up right now. At any time, sign up right now. Epiphany.5k.run. Again, the race is June 25th, 2022. But the site is up now. You can go ahead and sign up right now.
Yep. It's going to be sure to be a good time. Before you come out, make sure that you can complete 5K. We don't like. I don't think we added paramedics to the budget.
Yeah, there won't be no paramedics.
Won't be none of that. So
yeah, none of that. Like zero.
So if you're not up to it, you don't have to walk. You can still donate to a great cause, or you can do a virtual walk at home on good faith.
Yeah,
if you want to do it like that. So
and take your time options. And right, you don't got there's no time limit, none of that stuff, and. I guess technically you want to be technical about it. Nothing even say that you got to complete the 5K in the same day. You know what I'm saying? You can do a mile and a half, take a 24-hour break, do another mile and a half, and, technically 5K is, 3.1 is 3.1.
I didn't even think of it like that. That's a great idea.
I guess it's actually a good point. There's no rules to it.
What's the website?
Epiphany.5k.run. Click on the tab that says either donate or click on the tab that says register. You can sign up right now. And thank you to our sponsors who we still haven't announced, but we'll do that later this month. And shout out to everybody that already signed up. We appreciate you guys immensely.
So, what we got on the docket today? What are we discussing? What is that image behind you? What does that signify?
Oh man,
is it something about the show today?
That is, of course, man. That is, of course, communication, which is the key to every relationship, I think.
I thought he was yelling at her. Like I didn't notice the heart. Like the cup with the strings.
That's funny. I hope he's not yelling love at her. I don't know. Maybe some people might like that. Yeah, some people might like that. Angel in here, of course.
Hello.
Mom stopped by for a second.
How you doing?
So today we're talking about, it's freezing here. We're talking about relationship compromises. And it's funny you said that you haven't, once we thought of this, you haven't thinking about it all week. I mean, it could go a bunch of different ways. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to start no trouble at the house, man.
Hey, I can say the same. I can say the same.
Hey, it'd be like that sometimes. But let's since you sent clips, let's start out with I guess one that I guess I don't know. I don't know how many people face this, but I'm sure it's a bigger thing than we probably realize.
young people are balancing a relationship as well as their career goals. Boyfriend hai, girlfriend hai, लेकिन एक career का सपना भी आया. The problem comes when there's a clash. The problem comes when you're chatting with your boyfriend or girlfriend 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, just saying, Sonu, how are you? Oh, sweetie, how are you? I love you, I love you. You know what? हो गया एक दूसरे को. How many times are you going to say I love you and you care for each other? I mean, don't make it a clingy, needy thing, your relationship, and definitely don't make it such a big distraction that is distracting you away from your goals. You should choose a romantic partner based on the fact that they are in line with your goals. Your romantic partner should remind you of your goals 4 times a week at least, rather than saying 4 times, why didn't you call me Sona, why didn't you call me sweetie. They should be saying, what have you done towards your goal Sona, and what have you done towards your
All right. So for some reason, that was even more difficult to understand than when I put it up there. It's a little bit difficult to understand. But this guy, I don't even know his name. Do you know this dude or anything?
No, it was
This
just
guy,
a random clip that I saw.
So he was referring to in a relationship or balancing your relationship and your relationship and like your career or your dream that you're chasing. So he's saying that you should get somebody who is less about themselves and more about like them helping you chase your dream and stuff. Is what I got from the clip. But what made you send the clip? Like, what did you get from the clip as far as the show?
First of all, maybe send a clip because I just typed in the show topic, and those are the clips that I was just looking at. But what I gathered from that clip is, some people think that they're supposed to stop living their lives just because you're in a relationship. Like, you're not supposed to keep doing what you're doing. You're just supposed to give this person all your attention and not continue to work on your goals and work on you. That's when he said, okay, you just saying I love you 50 times a day, being all clingy, like you got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's a compromise in a relationship because you need that time apart. And some people can't deal with the fact that you're apart for so long, handling whatever you're handling. Like that's probably like the first compromise in a relationship that you're gonna deal with. Period.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. I don't know if it's the first one, but it's pretty up there though in regards to your work balance to your personal like how much time you spend at work or working, whether it's towards your job or towards your dream or whatever, versus how much time that you spend with your partner or whatever in a relationship. So I agree that is definitely up there. I think my sister was just talking about rather like waiting and letting somebody get to the point in their career where they are able to travel and do the stuff that she wants to do versus not being with that person because she's ready to travel and do stuff now. Like, so the compromise, like, does she compromise her travel time, now, or what, her travel time that she want to do now for somebody who's not able to at this point because of their career? Or, saying, do he compromise his career kind of for, to be with the person that, he want to be with or whatever? Like, I think that's, that is a self, that can be a self-balancing job, like careers, jobs, dreams. I think should make up a big portion of, conversation in regards to compromising and how you balance your time.
Have you watched that new Bel Air show yet?
No.
All right, so
I watch TV.
On the show, Vivian, I guess she used to be an artist in the show. I don't know if she was an artist in the original show. I can't remember, but
I think so.
in this show, she's an artist, and Uncle Phil, he's an attorney, whatever. So once she had Hillary, those dreams came to a halt because she had a kid. And of course, you know, Uncle Phil, he get money, so she don't even have to pursue that dream anymore. But at the same time, it's in her. And she had to put that compromise because they had a kid. But that doesn't mean that she wanted to stop doing that and pursue her own dreams. But just because she had a kid, she had to compromise to stop.
Yeah, I think kids for sure is a. We're gonna get to kids in a minute, but kids for sure is a. I don't want to say a dream stopper, but they can be.
Shit.
They can be they can definitely be a. So definitely be something where you need to redirect your attention and stuff. Children for sure. So I think as far as like careers and dreams, like I think another aspect of it, I guess, would be. Hold on. Actually, before I even say that, Angel said, I think it's necessary to have a similar end goal that you work together to get there. I agree with that. Now, but Angel, would you be supportive? Like, if y'all got the same end goal, but clearly y'all gonna have different paths, different ways to get to that end goal. Like, will you be supportive in getting to that end goal? You know what I'm saying? Because with that could be, you know, a lot of sacrifices of your time or a lot of, stuff that you might not be able to get done. And then vice versa, stuff that he might not be able to get done because he's helping you with your dream or with your, your path or whatever. But like, that's just something to keep in mind for sure.
And let me ask you this though. Do you think you should compromise something in a relationship if you aren't married?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's you gotta I guess understand and agree or depict on what those compromises are and what they'll look like to you just in the course of your relationship, because every relationship is different. Like you don't have to be married for that to be the case, but you know what I'm saying. But I guess. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say with marriage, I guess you would get a little bit of that reassurance, but I mean, some marriages fall apart for, when the time is not there, or when the money is not there. Sometimes, like just different things. So I can't even say you get like the security blanket when you're married. So I would say yes. A compromise has to be through and through.
But I'm saying it's a new relationship that can be ended at any time. She tells you she doesn't want you at the studio all night working on your craft. She wants you to be home in the bed, sleep, because she like that she like falling asleep like that. but you're a night person. You like to work. Would you make that compromise? It's a new, fresh relationship.
Some days. You know what I'm saying? We'll both have to compromise. I'll compromise some of my late nights, you know what I'm saying, so you can get a great night of sleep. And sometimes you got to sacrifice your great night of sleep so I can chase my dream. You know what I'm saying? And she should be wanting to support that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like she should be wanting to support that.
I most definitely can rock with that because compromise isn't a one-way street.
It can be. Not in a relationship, not in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, if you want something, you got to give up something too. So
let me see. So Angel said, I'd be supportive and open if the love or relationship was worth it. Yeah, I don't think I can't elaborate on that anymore. Like it has to be, what is new, I think it's worth it because it's all potential. You know what I'm saying? And then once you're inside of a relationship, then you'll know that, it's all, that it's worth it or that it's not worth it. And I'm not going to stick around for this, or I'm only going to support to a certain extent, that is reciprocated or whatever the case is. But those are the two ends. Or, when you deep inside of like marriage or whatever, or deep inside of your relationship, like I think those are the two ends where it's like, kind of like open season. Like, you all in on whatever the dream is, as much as you possibly can. That's what I think. But getting back to careers, like so one of the things I think pops up sometimes is like it's funny. I was thinking about this, but now it reminds me of the episode of Martin, like when when Jenny got the job, you know what I'm saying, across the country. Like, so when people, like, so as far as moving, you know what I'm saying, making a
But he was a
sacrifice.
whole ass DJ though.
Yeah. Hey, so he was a radio DJ. Yes, he had a major corporate job, and he was acting a fool anyway. But yeah, like, so, like, that compromise, that sacrifice to put whatever you got, you know, on the table aside for, you know, the greater good of your partner. And I didn't think and that point of the show they wasn't married or nothing. So it's you know, so definitely that, like, marriage wasn't even in the topic, but they have been together for a long time, of course. And like would you make that compromise? Like, if your partner got the dream job that they wanted, but you got to move to I almost said Texas, but that's too fun. You got to go to like Montana for whatever.
You gonna say
whatever,
that's too fun?
That's too fun, yeah. Whatever your wife's dream job is, or dream career path, or her next level in her career, if it was cause her to have to move to Montana, are you moving to Montana?
Would I move to the Yeezy Ranch?
Exactly.
No,
Upstate Montana.
This would cause me to have to find a new job myself, but the compromise would be, hey, you know, you move in there with a job, I'm not going to have a job. You're going to pay for
Pick up your bills.
yeah. You're going to pay for my Xbox Game Pass subscription because I'm going to be at the house for a minute. Mm-hmm.
Hey, when you do it right, it's $100 a year. That's my entire entertainment budget, man.
But yeah, that's going to be the compromise. Now she's like, oh, no, I don't want to. Shit.
Yeah, that's I'm moving. I'm dropping everything, my family and whatever, to move with you. You know what I'm saying? In pursuit of your happiness, your career. In return, your compromise is some of that paycheck. You know what I'm saying? To pay for my Game Pass and wine habit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So all right, so that's something you would do. Would it? What kind of move would you not make? Like, out of the country? Would you not make that move if her job was in I don't know shit.
It depends on the country.
Depends on the country.
Because
that's what I was thinking.
Like I wouldn't want it to be third world because that's a totally different type of living. Like that's a big adjustment.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But if it was like Europe or something, okay, I could probably deal with it. But it's
Western
still tough.
Europe, like, you live in everything. Your family, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all take the dogs, but let's say you had to leave the dogs or whatever. You know, nigga, doing this shit would be virtually impossible. Not impossible, but nigga, the time zone difference would be extreme. You know what I'm saying? So trying to sync it up, you know, would be very difficult. Like, but would you be willing to compromise for your wife's dream or whatever? And for the record, whatever your answer is, I'm not going to like, oh, this nigga chose his wife over me in the show. I can't believe it.
Shit, we can still do the show right now. I just had to do it at. It'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning or something.
You ain't gonna be working here. You're gonna be. I can't really talk real loud. I can't. You know, the wife's sleeping, but I can't believe they did this.
Soundproof the room or something. But yeah. But I mean, in that same instance, yes. But let me tell you what I wouldn't do in that same type of scenario. If we were in a relationship and let's say we're in a relationship, she has to move to wherever. She's living there, I'm living here already. And I have to move there, and and we're just boyfriend girlfriend. I'm not. No,
Ooh,
not.
How long without marriage? So you only moving in marriage?
Yes.
So if y'all together for 8 years but not married, you're not making a move?
Hell no, because I moved there, things ain't good, and then damn, I didn't quit my job.
That's interesting.
Hey, we got to be locked. We got to be locked in for that.
Well, you know that divorce is a thing, right? You know the divorce exists.
Yeah, but divorce is much it's much more complicated than saying, "Hey, look, I don't want to be with you." I know you heard them words before,
yeah,
and it was over with, easy. No judge, no money was spent, nothing. Right?
Sure. Absolutely. No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just
saying you can hop off the plane, find something funny. Just saying.
I can't disagree.
If you hop off the plane married, at least you got some reassurances. Oh, you got to owe me some money for this.
Alimony. So Angel said, if her parents were sick, would you agree to move in to be a caretaker?
But if I got an apartment down the street?
No, nigga, no. That's not the question. That's not the question.
That's tough right there.
Yeah. Am I missing some comments? I think I'm missing some comments. Oh, so what would you do? What's your answer?
I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't want to. Damn. Now, what do you mean? Why you talking about?
Hold on. For those of y'all that's commenting in y'all got to go to like the main page, the main Facebook page, because it's popping up on one screen but not the other screen. So I'm gonna try to read them. Like I see Regina and somebody else I can't see. But y'all got to go to the main page so y'all so I can pop y'all up on the screen.
But to answer this question though.
Yeah, caretaker.
How sick you talking?
Clearly saying that they need a caretaker.
Man, I mean, if that's how, that's what it got to be done. That's what got to be done.
So right, so we're assuming that we're assuming that y'all married, and we're assuming
that's a compromise. That's a compromise. Okay, if I move into another country, okay, cool. It's a new start, different life, different experiences, other than Cleveland, Ohio. You know, but that's a compromise that I necessarily would not enjoy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying. Her parents get on my nerves or something. But I'm just saying, I do like my own privacy, my own space in that type of situation. So
you say you wouldn't be a living caretaker. So you would do it, but you wouldn't be like a living caretaker. You still need.
I mean, I'll be living there, so I'm technically.
I'm just trying to think of like how you can get your own space or whatever, like you're saying.
No, I mean if it's a house, of course I got different rooms. But I'm saying my own space is like if I wanna walk around my house naked, I can't do that. I can't want that's over with. If I just want peace and quiet, like I don't want to hear Madlock playing all night. Then it's like that's a compromise. That's a compromise. That's a compromise that I don't like. So not every compromise is like beneficial to you at all.
Of course. So I'm gonna say yes to an extent. Like I'm gonna say yes, but only to like the best of my abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like so, if they need somebody to cook for them, cool. They need somebody to make sure that they're not wandering off or whatever. Like cool. But when it comes to like changing them, like if they was to the point where like they need somebody to change them or to bathe them or whatever, like that's just not in my. I'm not a nurse. Like I not that I wouldn't. I don't know. We'll have to find somebody to do that part, but all the stuff that I can do, then for sure I'm down. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's like within my ability. You know what I'm saying? But I tell my mom all the time when she tell me stuff she did with like as a nurse. Or as a wound nurse or whatever, I'm not a nurse like for a reason. Like I don't need to know this stuff. Like
you have to change a grown person diaper.
I don't need that. I don't need that. I just don't need that. I don't need it, man. I don't need the information, none of that stuff. So I would do it, but just to the best of my ability. And then, if it was stuff that I just couldn't do or couldn't do effectively, then, we just had to make other arrangements or whatever.
Like hopefully they got insurance and they can get like a home health aid or something for the stuff like that. But like the normal, I don't know, the normal everyday type of stuff.
Yeah, cooking meals. I can do all this stuff. All that stuff. So what about in arguments, right? So in relationships, you're gonna have arguments, you're gonna have disagreements. Probably in every relationship, you know what I'm saying, like personal, work relationship, you're probably gonna have some sort of disagreement, whether it's with you and a subordinate or you and a manager, supervisor. You're gonna have some sort of a disagreement, argument. But in your personal relationship, what about those compromises as far as like arguing, like what I wrote down is taking the L, you know what I'm saying, even though that that you're right or you feel like you're right or whatever. You taking the L just for the sake of peace, I guess.
Nigga, no, because there will be no peace. What you mean?
So, you ain't taking the L? Not for all right.
No. You gonna take continuous L's for whatever the situation is until it's resolved.
So with that being said, let me play this clip.
Are you willing to sacrifice for your partner? And what I mean by that is, are you willing to give up the old self, change who you used to be, become somebody better for your partner?
Because if not, it might be unrealistic to expect that from your partner.
That's true.
Now change!
Oh gosh. Okay, so
it didn't work.
No,
See?
I'm still the same. But basically, you obviously need to do it for yourself, but also it's important to do things that please your partner. You want to do things that say, I love you, I care about you. And maybe you don't want to rub their back because you're tired, but doing it,
I'm so tired.
but doing it shows that you love them. Make them a priority and they'll return the love.
That's another one of your video clips. I'm just gonna
look. I said a random clips for the show.
No, whatever.
Hey, it was nothing like. There's nothing personal with me with these clips.
So you don't think a part of as you said, it was nothing personal. What do you like about the clip then?
Nothing.
It was on subject matter?
Yeah, it was just on the subject matter. Not that. I just sent it. Yeah.
So she was talking about changing for the greater good, but you wouldn't take the L in the argument.
No, nigga, that's not. Nigga, that's not changing.
What?
like that's not changing at all. Like we're having a conversation about something, right? Just for me saying, oh, just forget it. Just forget it. Nigga, what does that do? Nothing. That shit gonna come up the next time. Like it's a ticking time bomb. When that shit gonna come up again, you're not taking an L. I mean, you're continuing to take an L, but the mature thing to do would be talk about it, figure out what you're doing wrong, what you can do better, what they doing wrong, what they can do better. And then, oh shit, we come to an agreement. We never got to talk about this shit again.
What if y'all don't come to an agreement though? What if all right, y'all talk about it, you feel like she heard you, she feel like you heard her, yet y'all disagree. Like, she feel like the issue is XYZ, you feel like the issue is ABC. Like, so y'all incomplete, like y'all might feel like, she heard what I had to say, but it's still y'all can't agree on the issue, like or on what the actual divide is. Like, so then what?
You got communication classes.
So Angel said that she take the L. She said that we all can't be stubborn. I gotta agree. Cause like just being stubborn, like what is that? Like I think that's where you don't get anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. Then it's like impossible. I don't care how many classes you take, nigga. If you're gonna be stubborn and not participate or not communicate effectively, then you just can gain nothing from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not. But the instances that what I'm trying to say is that nigga. There's okay. You're gonna have your argument, whatever.
Right.
But then after that, nigga, if you can't talk and you just can't get to the point, no, I'm not taking no else. This is gonna come back up again. Like, okay, you went your way, I went my way, but this shit is gonna come back up again, guarantee it. So until we develop the social skills to be able to communicate effectively without having so many emotions, then it's gonna be an issue, you know. But just because I disagree and you disagree doesn't mean that we can't come to a compromise within those disagreements. But just taking the L and shit, not talking about it, that shit is just on some immature shit to me.
I agree. Oh, okay, all right. I can respect what you're saying. Like you said, I'm not taking the L for the sake of taking the L. That's funny. I respect what you're saying.
Like you know how about how somebody say you're right. Okay, you're right. Nigga, they are not saying you right. Nothing is right about that statement.
I'm guilty of it. Trust me, I do it all the time. You're right. And I agree. I'm not saying this. It's not a healthy way to communicate. You know what I'm saying? But I subscribe. So that's how you and how it works for you. So how it works for me is that once I feel like saying my piece has been heard or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like once I felt like whatever it is that I said has been like understood or taken to heart or whatever, then I can let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as I'm heard and not, saying whatever I said being dismissed or pushed to the side, you know what I'm saying? As long as I'm heard, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can let it go. Because especially if it's, saying something where, at the most a couple of days and we're going to be over it back to doing our normal, like I don't want to spend no time on it, saying unnecessarily. So why not let it go? For me, and you could say take the L and sometimes that's how I look at it, is taking the L, even if I just, because I'm letting it go. I don't even care about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at the, we're gonna have an argument, and then we're gonna be right back together in a day or so. Like what's the point of just continuing to do it? You know what I'm saying? That's how it comes across for me. Erica said, go ahead.
No, say that.
Erica said it comes down. It comes down to be on the same level with your person. What you mean by that, Erica? On the same level as far as what? And Andrew said, I suck at letting it go. Yep.
No, but my thing is the difference between an art, like, because some people don't know how to some people don't know how to talk without arguing. Like,
that's true. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if y'all just getting mad, then that's when I say, you let it go until your tempers flare down and you can have a regular conversation. But at the same time, after that, that's when I let it go. I agree now. Yeah, that's when I let it go. When we doing all this unnecessary yelling.
All right, I can look. I can respect what you're saying, and like I said, and my relationship is different than your relationship, and
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
You know,
everybody's.
so it's differences. Yeah, saying so you know, be clear here that the stuff that we're saying, we're just saying what works for us and having a discussion. We're not saying this is how it has to work for everybody or it's the only way to make it work or whatever. You know, clearly that's not the case. But yeah, I'm interested in what Erica said, that you got to be on this, that it comes down to being on the same level with your person. Like, what does she mean by that? Because I don't know. It's just varying personalities, you know, like even like just in each individual relationship. So, you know, so just like what does that mean to be on the same level? Let me see. She said, if your person is selfish minded and you aren't, that's not on the same level. If you're more mature or knowledgeable than your person, then that's not on the same level. I don't know. I don't know about that.
What did she say? If your person is selfish minded and you aren't, that's not
on the same level.
being on
I
the
agree
same
with that.
level. If you're more mature or knowledgeable than your person, then that's not on the same level. Well,
I agree with the first part, but not the second part, though.
because I don't know if y'all ever be on the same level then, right?
Yeah, I mean, like,
If you feel as though you're better, better. Well, I'm not necessarily better, but you feel
it's more knowledgeable, like
yeah.
you know, because you know we all got strengths and weaknesses and interests or whatever. So I could be more knowledgeable about, like I said, X, Y, Z, and she more knowledgeable about A, B, C. Like, so who's more knowledgeable? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would be very hard to measure anyway. But I agree. If you are with a person that's selfish minded, I mean, you probably should be. That probably shouldn't be a person. You know, they selfish. I just like, what's the point? You can just be by yourself if that's the case. So I definitely agree with the top part, but the bottom part, I just don't know how you quantify it. You know what I'm saying? Being more mature or knowledgeable, because it's all subjective. Regina said, I agree. If I've been heard, I can let it go. But if not, you can believe I'm holding on to that shit like a candy bar. I don't need the check mark next to my name saying I won this one, you know, say, or you know, in this month I won 5 and she's won 3 or anything like that. I just need to feel like I'm being, you know, heard and respected what I had to say. Angel said everybody has feelings and it's hard to communicate back and forth about them at times. I agree with that.
Hey, but not everyone is the same type of communicator. Just because you're outspoken doesn't mean that person is outspoken in an argument. You know what I'm saying? But like if you watch those dating shows, you hear it all the time when they arguing, like, because they don't know how that person argues yet. So the arguments get intense every time with those shows, you know.
That's
but
true.
as you get to know the person, you kind of realize how they argue. So you might have to, instead of you being, let's say you're like Regina said, like she got to talk about it. She's holding on to that shit. Okay, but if the other person don't want to talk about it right now, you gotta compromise and, you know, wait a minute till your tempers go down and they want to talk about it, you know.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it's. I think it's a very delicate path to travel. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, by the time, if you take a long time, like if I can get rid of it quick, and then you take a long time to get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? By the time you come around and ready to talk, I don't want to talk about it no more. Like I didn't been over it for, you know, 6 hours now. Now you want to talk about it, and like now I'm pissed off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that can happen. You know, if you wait too long, you know, I think, but then, you know, I would have to compromise. Like, hey, you know, she wasn't ready, and now she is. You know, even though you over it, you know, had a conversation or whatever. Like that, I just think it's all compromise, man. It's all compromise, I think.
Yeah, but take a L, never do that.
Taking no L's.
It might work for you in your situation.
Erica said, if I'm spiritual and he isn't, that's not on the same level. I agree.
Okay, y'all not on the same level. But are you saying being spiritual is better? Is better?
that make you better? I don't even think she's saying that. I think she's just saying there's a difference. That's a difference of.
Okay. Y'all not on the same level mentally. Yeah, let's put it like that.
But I mean, why be up on or why be with that person then? You know what I'm saying? Like if it's just like deal breakers or whatever, right? So if you just can't see eye to eye on certain things, then why? Then that's probably not just the person to be with, right? That's
Sure.
what I would think. Like some stuff that you just can't get around. Like if spirituality just meant that much to you, and just mean like that's your bread and butter, then you probably shouldn't talk to somebody that don't believe or not spiritual at all. Otherwise, you just find yourself trying to change that person, and we all know how that goes. Trying to force somebody, saying into your mode of what you think that person should be or what's perfect for you, but it just might not be that person though.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, it might not be the person for you if y'all can't compromise. Like, let's say, Erica, she says she's spiritual, but he's not. Well, she can't be with anybody that's not spiritual. That's a compromise that you can't compromise on that.
Right.
Period.
Exactly.
Like you said, deal breakers. Some things you can compromise, some things are deal breakers in a relationship. Right. But it ain't nothing wrong with that. Shit.
I mean, some people just ain't meant to be together, or whatever. But Erica said, right, we shouldn't go into relationships trying to change people. Yeah, like what I'm saying, man. Me and Darnell was just talking about this last night, like about just being honest up front. You know what I'm saying, on a bunch of different. Me and you talked about it after the show last week. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
About just dating today or whatever, and just how much stuff it is out here. You know what I'm saying, and how how when you not open and honest up front, then you can definitely run into some wild situations or whatever.
Hey, being I was just gonna say, but being honest and upfront and get a relationship will save you a lot of problems, especially so you don't have to make those compromises or those decisions or a deal breaker like I can't even mess with you because or your beliefs or whatever. So
or lack of beliefs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Angel said, curious on a few things. Is this okay? And you compromise on these things. She said, going to bed mad. Is going to bed mad okay? In your book, first off.
Is it okay? I mean, I don't I don't like it. It's hard to sleep like that.
She said, and you compromise on these things. So what's the compromise of going to, so just making sure that you don't go to, I think I don't think it's okay. I agree. And, I guess you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if I can solve it, I'll take the L so we can sleep better at night.
Yeah, but who wanna try to solve something at bedtime? You ready to go to bed? Then it's like I don't want to be talking about this, even though can't get a good night's rest.
Yeah, no, it's tough. No, it's tough, but that's why, like I was saying earlier about the greater good. Like I'll take the L, or like maybe I should call it something else because it do seem negative or whatever. But I'll make the sacrifice. I'll make the compromise, so that we don't have to go to bed mad. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that should be the goal every day, though.
Yeah, going to bed mad is that shit weak. I don't support it at all.
Yeah, but that should take years. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, because you got to get to the point. Yeah, for sure.
Especially in the beginning, it's like that shit gonna be frequent, and then later it's infrequent. But by that time, you should know, like, okay,
And right, but that's like I said. So once I try to let it go, you know what I'm saying, before it has to get to that point where we got to go to bed mad, man. it could be man, this shit is draining for sure. Erica said, I want to go to bed lovingly. Yeah, or at least on a neutral footing, like just not where it's beef and it's some level of hatred or whatever, towards the person you next to. So that's what I said. Like, man, if I know that it's an argument or whatever where we're not breaking up, like it's not gonna, like, let's just get rid of it as soon as possible. So I get it. Everybody don't have a switch, so you can't just switch it on and off or whatever. But let's get rid of it sooner rather than later, so we can, get back to being lovingly. As
you wake up in the morning, they leave the house.
Yeah, just mad. Cameras going off like, oh, I guess you left. Like, oh, okay. Angel's next one, she said, hanging up on your partner. Is this okay? And you
that shit is not okay. Never.
It's not okay, and I can't compromise. Look, I've stopped in my past. I've stopped talking to girls, women, like for hanging up on me. Like, hanging up is the most childish thing you can do to me. And if that's the case, I don't want to talk to you. Like, if you that childish, we don't have anything in common. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get past it. It's not okay. I can't compromise on it. I just
that's a deal breaker.
Deal breaker, yeah, for real, man. Like, and I'm not even saying, like, phones disconnect sometimes. So I'm not saying like everybody got to call back, like, hey, just so you know, I didn't hang up on you. But every time it happens, I'm like, you have to twist my face up a little bit, like, I know,
you call back, they don't pick up.
Deal breaker, over with, over with. You better be going through the longest fucking tunnel in Ohio or something. You better be going through a tunnel. You know what I'm saying? I know what kind of phone service you got. You got Verizon. They great. I don't want to hear that I lost service. Yeah, hanging up. I can't get over hanging up. I just can't. It's funny. What about y'all? And hey, I could be wrong here, but I feel like women would be quick to hang up on somebody. So, ladies in the chat, y'all should let me know. Like, how do y'all feel about like hanging up? Is that okay? Can you compromise on being hung up on? Since I feel like I'm not gonna say that that's what women do, but I feel like that's all my hang-ups have been from women. So I'm just talking about personal experiences.
Hey, when flip phones were prevalent,
man, I wish I had one right now.
Like you hear it, so you know when somebody hang up. It's like it's no, it's no misconception on if somebody hung up on you or not. Like exactly.
They just snapped the phone in half. You know what I'm saying? trying to slow that. And look, like, so I've hung up on people, like, you know what I'm saying, when I was young, like middle school, maybe freshman year of high school. Like, so I understand that it's childish. That's what I'm saying. So you're an adult and you still hanging up on people. Like, you can't at least like goodbye. I'm not saying like you gotta be trapped on the phone, but you at least gotta be like, I'm not having this conversation, bye, or something like.
Yeah, I'm getting off the phone.
Hang up. Mm-hmm. I can't deal with it mentally. I have a short circuit, and I can't handle it mentally, which is fucking hilarious. Erica said the bedroom is a love nest. Hilarious. Supposed to be. Regina said, going to bed upset is never okay. It's a matter of waiting on your partner to be ready to talk. You both will have a bad night's sleep if you don't talk. These are just lessons that needs to be learned along the way for both. I completely agree. Like you said, it just takes time. And when you in a new relationship, just because I don't know, you don't. I guess as a guy, you don't want to come off as as soft or whatever Erica wild shit Erica be saying on past shows. Like, I ain't talking, saying to no dude that just apologize all the time. Whatever she said.
She said cry. What'd she say?
Cry. Yeah, crying and shit. I ain't talking to no dude that be crying. Whatever. But like, so you don't want to come off like as that or whatever, because especially when it's early, you still be trying to play your hard road or whatever, and then women, be trying to protect themselves, and it'd be a whole thing. It is like a learned thing. So I agree with you 100%, Virginia.
That's what I said. Like them dating shows, that's what make that shit great TV. Like
Yeah.
this one show I was watching the other day. You know, she was sick. She couldn't go to the not reunion, but it was like a more of like a social because they hadn't seen the whole group didn't see each other yet. So
Mhm.
she didn't go. Dude went. He came back. She was like, you know, you weren't flirting with anybody down there, were you? You like what? I just went down there and kicked. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he don't know her that well. They don't like. So they arguing about something. You know, and he just mad as hell because
You accuse me? All I did was this.
yeah, he had some
Man.
drinks, came back. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, they ain't gonna make it.
You gotta hilarious. Angel said a lot of adult relationships still be hanging up or blocking people, then unblocking. Like they be blocking each other. Like they'll block each other and then unblock each other in a relationship. That's insane.
Like in a relationship, that's weird. But
Yes.
everybody else block him. Like he
Yeah,
got to
for
block
sure.
some people sometimes
For sure.
because you know Instagram and Facebook give people unlimited access to you. They feel like so.
Completely agree. But not like, can you imagine blocking your wife like right now and then going downstairs and having dinner or some shit? Like, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a ridiculous thing, man. I've never heard of that, but that's crazy. That's insane. Regina said, hanging up is the heat of the moment. I also think it would need to be really bad for me to do it. Look, I understand anger. Everybody get angry, but you better say bye. Or you gotta say, I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm getting off the phone. I'm not talking about this number. Something, and then you slam your flip phone. But you better say something though.
Yeah. That's like y'all getting an argument. She leave the house, don't say bye, but she going on an 8-hour road trip somewhere. Like you could die. I could never see you again. You just go. You want to leave it like this?
Because of the fucking. I'm trying to think of an argument. Because of I don't know. You know, most arguments be like petty miscommunication shit. Like, but you going on a road trip and you ain't gonna say bye or I love you or something. It's the last time I might see you. Like, that's stupid.
Right, exactly.
Just because you're mad about something because of miscommunication.
Right now,
or or come in the house not speaking. You know, just looking around, not speaking. You know what I'm saying? Just come in. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're mad, throwing shit in the refrigerator, just being mad.
You just be sitting there looking.
Personal experience, just looking like, I guess you're upset, huh? My grandmother told me the last person into the room speaks. So we'll just be sitting here.
Hey, look.
And then I'll be like, all right, I'll take the L and just speak to you. I'll speak to you, honey. Don't worry.
Yeah, you can still speak, but right after that, Xbox sound coming on. Like, I know I'm about to have a quiet night. And next thing you know, they start vacuuming shit. This petty shit.
It's probably some of my favorite videos on social media is like the two couples that are like arguing, but like not in front of the kids. So they just do like little stuff to mess with each other or whatever. Like I think the dude be sleeping or something. She just dropped like a thing of books on the floor and like wake him up out of sleep. Or then she be I don't know, whatever. Like she be like in the bathroom. He take the toilet paper or something like that. Like just little stuff to argue without arguing, man. It's just great. Erica said he could be sensitive, but not all the time. Yeah, that ain't what you said on that show. It's on record. I'm just playing. Erica said, I don't understand blocking your husband. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that part I don't understand either, for sure. I don't get it. Regina said, I blocked my ex. That's good. That's always good.
Nothing wrong with that now.
I've learned. Erica said that some people married don't even live together. They sleep in separate beds. Hey, so I never understood that. Like I know older people do that. Like, I remember like older people in my family did that. I never understood it. Like two completely separate bedrooms. I think my grandparents did it later in their lives.
But if for all your life you used to sleeping by yourself in the bed, now you gotta sleep with somebody, it's just not comfortable sometimes.
Yeah, but then when you do it for 40 years or whatever, and then now all the kids move out, and now y'all get two separate bedrooms, like it's just strange to me. Like
Like they may snore and you can't get any sleep with them
you've
snoring.
been
So
sleeping with it for 40 years. Come on now, don't
and
make that
you've been
excuse.
tired for all
For
40.
40.
Like you just want to get a good night's sleep.
I gave my grandmother now. You gotta go in that other room. All this damn cigarette smoke. You gotta go to the other room, nigga. Like, and I'm gonna clip this and send it to my family. Like, you gotta go in that other room. That's funny. I never understood it, but I don't know. I don't know if older people just like they sick of each other. You know what I'm saying? After that time, you know what I'm saying? Because some people just stay together because of the kids, or you with the kids for so long that I guess I would have to verify this with an older person. You sleep, you just so used to having the kids in the house or whatever, or being together because of the kids. So when the kids leave, you just like what do we do now? You know what I'm saying? And then maybe you're like, oh, I'm interested in some shit that don't got nothing to do with you, so you might as well sleep in different beds. I don't know how it works, but that just seems strange to me. But I do. Two older couples I can think of right now, like in my family, have done that. I never understood it. Andrew said it's probably quality of sleep, snoring, etc.
Exactly.
And Eric said that's sacrifice right there. I agree. The last thing I want to talk about as we wind down here is and I got this from my sister, is I shouldn't have said that because it's gonna make it sound weird what I'm about to say. But just like compromise in relationships in regards to like sex. How do you feel about sex compromises? Like, let's say, your sex drive is lower than your wife's, or your wife's sex drive is high, whatever. Like, what about that compromise? Let's go for everybody and chat. I'm just talking to Byron because it's the face to it. Or like, even if, let's say y'all sex drive is the same, and then she just don't want to have sex or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you do. Or
who watching the show right now? You got any senior citizens?
I don't know. Hey, we were talking about for the record, we were talking about worse things. But I get why you're saying that.
No, but you like what you like. But at the same time,
I don't know what that means. What does that mean? That's
No,
very confusing.
No, I'm saying you like you like what you like. So some people can compromise on that, some people can't. But in that same token, we're both above 30. We lived our lives, so I mean, at the end of the day, you might be able to. All right, mine's is low.
Hey, I just want to put this on the screen for you.
All right, mine's is low, or hers is high, and I just want to go to sleep at night. So I'm cool. I live my life. For an example, put examples out here and shit.
This nigga keep saying I live my life. That's so funny.
But man, it's just part of the relationship. Like just like every other situation.
Yeah, I know.
But to some people, that's deal breakers. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just I don't know. I think that's normal compromise. Like, so like if you didn't want to have sex and she did, would you, or have you in the past or whatever? Like, I'm sure, and I guess this would be a more question, I guess, for ladies, I suppose. No, I guess it can go both ways, but like, would you have sex with a guy if you wasn't in the mood or whatever? And just to add a layer real quick is, if you are married, religiously, what the Bible say about sex and marriage and all this, serving your husband up and all that stuff. Like, would you do it out of marriage obligation?
I got a headache. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Hey, so it was this guy once upon a time,
Hilarious.
right? He was like, my wife, it's like my wife got real sick, and I have a high sex drive, and I didn't want to cheat on my wife, so I said, you know what, I got to create something that can still fill my needs, and the fleshlight was born
Hilarious.
after that. So some people, he compromised and made
Got
the
rich.
fleshlight multi-millionaire.
That's funny. Angel said, I think it's important to talk about each of your needs being met. Of course, your mom said menopause affects the sex drive. Yeah, but that's not the question. Like, would you do it if your husband, wanted it, but you didn't want to or whatever? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I guess like menopause might be different. I haven't researched like that, so that might be a different thing. But if you just had a long day and you just don't want to do it, would you do it out of, I don't want to say obligation because that sounds bad, but just like, just your partner, you like fulfilling your partner's needs, or would you just like, not tonight? It's not tonight. Regina said, for me, I'm with my partner for better or worse. I'm happy to just be there. If your drive is higher, you can always do things together. Yeah, I agree. You're just gonna stand there while the fleshlight is working. Just stand there, dance sexily.
Hey,
Hilarious.
it needs some type of visual stimulation. Shit.
She go come on like, I bought you an Oculus like in this game, like have some 3D fun with yourself. Erica said, don't compromise too much on that though, because sex is intimacy. It's a good point. It's a connection with your partner that you can't, like, it's a specific way of connecting with your partner that you can't do, in other ways. Like, it's only one way to get that physical connection. That type of physical connection. Of course, you can hold hands and all that stuff, but that's only one way to get that.
Like I said, some people compromise, some people won't. I mean, hey, everybody's different. Everybody got their different compromises. So,
all right, last thing I promise.
You got to pick and choose what you can deal with.
Man, just like your battles. This is the last one I promise, but I think this is another big one for like women specifically. Would you get a vasectomy? Like, would you compromise? Let's say you and your wife is like, we don't want kids, or we got enough kids, or whatever. Would you compromise and get a vasectomy over, like, your wife getting her tubes tied? And for women, of course, going the other way. Like, would you get your tubes tied to keep your husband or whatever from having to get a vasectomy?
I know the argument is, well, it's just a snip, though. It's a 15-minute procedure.
Yeah, tie you together. Yeah.
But my thing is, shit, you could be gone tomorrow. And, I could be old as hell. I could be old as hell. I might get a new wife. She might be, yeah, she could be ready to have kids, and I can't have kids. That's you don't know. So,
nigga, are you setting up your wife, nigga? This is like the third time today. You're like, hey, you can be gone tomorrow. You can be out of here, man.
These things I said like real life way before this show.
That's hilarious, man.
I don't.
That's funny.
Cool in the butt. But also like, I wouldn't want her to get that procedure at the same time. So that's why contraceptives were invented. You just have to use them.
Okay. I agree with that. I don't know. Regina said a man's is way less serious surgery or serious recovery.
Hey, the recovery.
and surgery.
Hey, after the surgery, they gotta make sure that it's still get hard.
Yeah,
Like that. Hey, that's risky. After the surgery, your shit don't get hard. Like
I don't know. I haven't done. I've done zero research, so I'm taking your word for it. I have no clue.
then, then like it's recommended that you gotta stimulate it yourself, like a certain amount of times, like a week or a day or something.
Afterwards,
Yeah, to like get it back up to strength. Yeah.
well, I don't know.
I mean,
That
the recovery. Yeah, I guess the recovery ain't bad. Shit. But at the same time,
all I know is like especially this time of year, guys get like the majority of vasectomies for the year come around this time of year, like March Madness time, so guys can be off of work. March Madness time, so guys can be off of work. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I'm not even kidding. That's like a Cleveland Clinic stat, like a real stat. You know, it just is what it is.
you gotta be off a whole month.
I think a couple of weeks, like a week or two, or I think like a week. I think you can go back, but it's like, you know, surgery. So you get that short-term disability, and you know, for a week or two, it's cool.
Hey, but like, let's say if I had like 10 kids though,
Would you tie it up?
and it just kept sneaking up, I wasn't trying to add. Then yeah, it'd be a no-brainer.
All right. So under certain circumstances, you will make that compromise to get the tie. Okay. All right.
Hey, but what about you? Like, you never said anything this whole time.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it besides, I know that in order for like a guy is getting vasectomy is like outpatient. You know what I'm saying? You in and out, like they do it at like a doctor's office. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to go to like a hospital, where I'm told that women have to go to like it's more of a major surgery.
So you're awake during this.
Oh, the guy, yeah, no sleep, no. They'll numb you up, but you know, I'm assuming they put the towel up. I'm assuming, so you don't got
the numbing process probably the worst.
They gotta stick you with a needle. I ain't think about that. That's okay. Look, I need to do some more research. I can't say an answer here on camera without doing some more research. Yeah, but like I know you got to be sore though for a while, and
you already know. Any surgery you sore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So just going to the bathroom for like a couple of weeks is going to be hell on you. Like I don't know. They got all type of sperm paper. I don't know. It's vaginal. Whatever stuff that you put inside of vaginas and it like dissolves, but it's like a spermicide though, and it lasts a couple hours. There's all type of stuff out here, and we might just have to make that work. Or hey, just shoot the club up and hope she can dodge. I guess I don't know. Anyway, Regina said my dad has done it and went to work the next day. He said it's fine. Oh, he said that was 30 years ago. 30 years ago, Regina. Your dad's a man's man, though. That's different. He probably working in a factory. He ain't. I'm only 31 or whatever. So yeah, he's a man's man though. That doesn't count. 30 years ago, the guys was. So if he got it done 30 years ago, so he probably was like a
that was the 90s.
Boomer. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he probably was a baby boomer. They are different. That's a different breed. That's a different breed, Virginia. Don't compare us to your dad, man. They're a different breed. Andrew said, yeah, it's not bad for a man. Most are back to work in a day or two. Shit, I'm taking the full. I need all of my time. Surgery is surgery. That's how I'm explaining to my job. Oh, is it serious? What surgery is it? All surgery is serious. That's what I'm telling you.
Look, watch the video on you.
I need disability.
Look, watch the procedure on YouTube. Pause, and just to see.
Nope.
You can handle it. Yeah, I watched.
Okay.
I watched the surgery of them reattaching Achilles, and I'm like, oh man, I'm glad I'm asleep for this.
Hilarious. Andrew said women have to undergo anesthesia. Regina said, imagine the technology is so much better now. It's a fair point. Erica said, of course, place birth control on a woman. You know what? All right, Erica, we're going to talk about it. Let me write it down so I don't forget. We can talk about birth control.
Yeah, but birth control ain't, you know what I'm saying? Birth control comes with its own set of problems as well.
Yeah, but it's the woman's responsibility, though. It's the woman's responsibility.
No, but I'm just saying, like, side effects.
No, I agree. I'm just talking about birth control because I think she's saying, make it the woman's responsibility, as in, like, she's not saying that you should, but she's saying, like, oh, yeah, of course, blame it on, women. Like, make women the responsible ones. Yeah. They're the ones that got to carry it for 9 months. Yeah. It is the woman's responsibility. And last but not least, Angel said, you never answered, though. Would you do it if you weren't in the mood? Absolutely. For my partner, absolutely. Anything for my partner, absolutely.
Yeah, like as a man, you come home from work tired, just ready to go to bed.
You gotta do it for your partner, man.
It's like you're doing it for yourself, but
hey, anything for your partner. All right, last one. Regina said, Mr. Birth Control. What? Birth control I got, IUD was beyond horrible to get. I never knew it would be that bad. Regina said, I'm always in the mood. Lucky boyfriend you got. But yeah, birth control do come with its own side effects, man. There's all type of stuff that can happen, or hair loss, and all type of stuff I've heard. I also heard a bunch of stuff that, women are allergic to latex before, so
yeah, but they make condoms. They make condoms that aren't latex too. So
yeah, but
there ain't no excuses.
All I'm saying is that women be lying too. Is all I'm saying. So
you can't use latex. They just like when they say that, they expect you to go raw. No, we do research.
Yeah,
we find out there's different type of condoms. Okay, lamb skin. No, I can't. You can still get pregnant with the.
Of course, yeah.
No, you can't get pregnant, but you can. I can still get a STD or something. So I ain't using that as either one. I can't fucking remember. But look,
I don't remember either.
But
get out of here. Go ahead.
Polyurethane. That's what I'm saying.
Plastic? Anyway.
Or not poly. Or not? Is it?
Yeah, not.
Yeah, I think it's polyurethane. That's what they made out of.
I don't know.
They work. Prove them.
I'll take your word for it. Anyway, we're getting out of here. We appreciate y'all for joining us, of course. Thanks for everybody gave us some input. We appreciate y'all as always, of course.
5K March 25th.
June.
Oh shit.
This is March. This is the month of March.
Something else is March 25th.
Right. Yeah. Don't tell y'all secret shout outs. You ain't slick.
I ain't even. Hey, I legit messed that up.
June 25th, 2022, epiphany.5k.run. Sign up for our 5K walk or run. You can do it in person. You can do it virtually. Whenever you guys are ready to sign up, go ahead and do that. We'll be looking forward to it. It's a mental health benefit. Epiphany.5k.run. And we appreciate y'all for joining us. Salute to the city as always.
And remember, they own your own.
Man. So you can get all the vasectomies you need. We out of here. Be safe.
Hey, wake up. Hey, I got tickets for sale for my 5K for mental health. Did you buy them yet?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm signing up right now. I'm about to sign up right now.
Hey, you know Baker's gonna throw another interception. Did you buy tickets to the 5K yet?
Yeah. No. I got you. I'm gonna sign up.
Come on, man. I know you bought tickets to the 5K. Tell me you bought tickets.
Man, I'm about to get them right now, I promise. Oh. See, yesterday's price ain't today's price.
No! Well, at least you can save $2 off if you post it on your social media.